Hey again, it's David Duford from Final Expense Agent Mentor. Today we're going to do a quick video on final expense leads by example. So hopefully you'll get right through this and wrap it up. So we're going to start with three main leads. Okay, you've got telemarketing leads, which have two subcategories. You've got direct mail leads, which have multiple subcategories, and then you've got self-generated leads, again with multiple subcategories. So let's just start with the first, which is telemarketing leads. The kind of lead you want to get with in telemarketing is either a human telemarketer that resides in America or Canada that speaks fluent, understandable English, or you can get an avatar lead where it may be outsourced to the Philippines or outsourced to India, but they use an American English-speaking recorded message, not a press one call or a voicemail, but a recorded soundboard to interact with the customer. I've got a video down here on avatar leads that go into detail. Check that out. You know probably what a human person is going to sound like on a phone, so that's how a telemarketing lead would sound if it was done by an American that speaks fluent English. So there's your examples there. As far as direct mail goes, the way I categorize them, you've got specific leads, then you've got non-specific leads, and then you've got bribe leads. Of all the leads out there, my favorite for new guys, as well as myself personally, is specific leads. Specific leads is defined as leads that say life insurance on there, hopefully, and also say some reference to affordability. You know, affordable life insurance, pennies a day, that kind of thing. Okay, those are the more specific ones. The response rates are lower, sometimes higher to get the price point on average down, but they're the best quality in my opinion. Next up, you got what's called non-specific leads. Usually they don't say anything about price, affordability, or anything about life insurance. For example, first line on the most popular one I know of is, you may qualify for a state-regulated program or plan to pay for your final expenses. It will give you more response rates. It looks very similar to the specific one without reference to the life insurance and affordability. You'll get a lot more response, but it usually is not as good. A lot of people don't fill out the cards, don't put down their numbers. You're going to have to door knock those leads a lot. You will do a lot of replacements if you go that route because people send them in thinking, hey, I've never seen these cards before. What is this? Something different. So some people do good at those, but I don't recommend those for new people because it's a lot harder to get a replacement as a new guy than it is someone who's experienced. The last one is what I categorize as a bribe lead. A bribe lead can be specific or non-specific, but there's some kind of bribe attached to it. The most popular bribes I've seen now of recent in 2016 now is the Walmart bribe card. I've also seen the check card. That's what a big organization does, where you take the response rate thing comes back, the response card, when they cash the check that's attached to it. So they get a $5 cash and then you go out and see them. And then also one that's used a lot is the prescription benefit card. What will happen is you're going to get a pretty big response rate, if not bigger than a non-specific one, but a lot of these people are just wanting the bribe. Again, if you're experienced, it's the same thing as the non-specific ones. The more people you talk to generally, the more capable you are of replacing, gaining trust, and doing things a new guy wouldn't be able excuse me, to do. So it's better for an experienced guy to use those than a non-experienced new guy. Last point here are on self-generated leads, and I'll keep this very briefly. You've got seminar leads, you've got self-created referrals, and then you've got cold calling leads. So seminar leads are my preferred choice of self-generating leads. Simply put, you do a seminar and some sort of event where there's seniors involved and briefly talk about final expense and to cultivate leads naturally through that. I like those because you're shown as the boss, the authority. They already trust you because you've gotten the balls to go up there and talk about life insurance in front of a group of people. Usually the implication is you know what you're talking about, even if you don't necessarily do. Either way, they trust you off the bat. Secondly, so yeah, I like those. Easy way to get deals if you do a lot of seminars. Secondly, you've got your self-generated leads through referrals. That happens over time. You can ask for referrals at the end of a sales call. Some people even deliver the policy and then ask for referrals at that point after they make the sale. And then the last one is cold calling. Nobody likes cold calling. There's actually very few agents anymore that even cold call on a consistent long-term basis. If it's even done, usually it's the money, it's to build up a bankroll to pay for some sort of paid lead. So cold calling or the phone or in person, either way, if you go that route, you got to do a ton of leads, or I'm sorry, a ton of activity in order to cultivate enough leads to sell some of those leads some insurance. So that's it as far as your leads by example. That was a very quick overview of what you got. If you got any questions about any specific leads, if you'd like my insight on any kind of final expense question, leads, marketing, sales, training, mentality, positive behavior, anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment. I'll be happy to reply to each and every comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to my video YouTube channel if you love what I say. And make sure you visit Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. Thanks for listening. Take care.